everyone. I'm Kevin Elson for Catholic Newsbreak. Here's what's happening this week in the news. We begin from the Vatican. In a letter written to bishops around the world, Cardinal Leonardo Sandri, prefect of the Congregation for Eastern Churches, said that helping Christians in the Holy Land with concrete material and spiritual support is a fundamental part of bringing peace to the region. The letter, released to journalists March 21st, is sent every year to bishops to encourage parishes in their diocese to support the Holy Land collection, which traditionally is taken up during Good Friday services. Cardinal Sandri, who coordinates the Holy Land collection, said there has been an increasing number of pilgrims to the Holy Land, thanks in part to Pope Benedict XVI's visit there in 2009 and the Synod of Bishops for the Middle East in 2010. However, the Cardinal said that despite the few positive signs in the region, escalating violence continues against Christians who are experiencing real martyrdom and suffering because of instability or the absence of peace. Some of the funds collected around the world help support university scholarships for Christian students in the region, craft-making businesses, social and medical services for the poor, financial assistance to struggling parishes and schools, and a project to build apartments for poor families and young couples. In other news from the Vatican, Archbishop Gianfranco Ravasi, the president of the Pontifical Council for Culture, announced recently a new foundation called the Courtyard of the Gentiles. Catholic News Service's Carol Glass had a chance to talk with one of the council members to learn more about this new initiative.
The Pontifical Council for Culture held a press conference on an upcoming initiative called the Courtyard of the Gentiles. This international forum seeks to bring Christians and people of no faith belief together and foster dialogue about all sorts of issues, like humanity's place in the universe, ethics and the economy, and even the meaning of beauty.
The idea is to set up a series of themes on which they can discuss in a real sense of dialogue. So it's not just shouting matches anymore, but a real conversation.
The Council for Culture sees the Courtyard Initiative as the first step before evangelization, as a way to first establish trust and mutual understanding.
You know, in the Courtyard of the Gentiles, what we're talking about is an open space. It's an open space, so there's no forcing people to accept our beliefs. And it's not as though we're going to surrender our beliefs to go into that space. But we have to go there knowing what we believe, being able to give an account of our faith, saying what we have to say with courage and with confidence, but also accepting that other people think other things. And we have to work through their thought processes, listen to what they say, learn why they say that, and that's going to open up new doors and new possibilities.
The Courtyard of the Gentiles initiative will kick off in Paris, March 24th and 25th, and then be inaugurated in other cities in Europe, and then in Quebec in 2012, and then Chicago and Washington, D.C. in 2013.
One other note from the Vatican, the Grand Chamber of the European Court of Human Rights ruled in favor of Italy in a case where a mother claimed crucifixes in Italian public school classrooms violated her children's freedom of conscience. A lower chamber of the European Court had ruled in 2009 that the classroom crucifixes violated the religious freedom clauses of the European Convention of Human Rights. The Vatican welcomed the Grand Chamber ruling, which recognizes that human rights must not be placed in opposition to the religious foundations of European civilization. Vatican spokesman Father Federico Lombardi said the decision is an affirmation of the respect owed to each country of the European Union for the religious symbols of its cultural history and national identity, and for national decisions on how the symbols can and should be displayed. Just a few hours before the ruling, Cardinal Gianfranco Ravasi, president of the Pontifical Council for Culture, said that crucifixes displayed publicly in Italy, including in classrooms, are a sign of Christianity's key contribution to European culture and civilization. And in news from around the country, Cardinal Donald Wuerl of Washington, chairman of the Bishops' Committee on Doctrine, and Bishop Salvatore Cardelloni of Oakland, California, chairman of the Bishops' Ad Hoc Committee for the Defense of Marriage, issued a statement recently reaffirming a year-old statement that the organization New Ways Ministry cannot be considered a Catholic group. The statement, which was made in 2010 by then-President of the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops, Cardinal Francis George, said that in no manner is the position proposed by New Ways Ministry in conformity with Catholic teaching, and in no manner is this organization authorized to speak on behalf of the Catholic Church or to identify itself as a Catholic organization. Their group just recently published a booklet about a Catholic approach to same-sex marriage. A description of the booklet on the organization's website makes the claim that Catholics across the United States are supporting same-sex marriage. It adds that the booklet dispels the myth that Catholic lay people follow what the Church teaches against same-sex marriage. New Ways Ministry, based in Maryland, describes itself as a gay-positive ministry of advocacy and justice for lesbian and gay Catholics and reconciliation within the larger Christian and civil communities. Well, that is all the information we have for you this time. Please stay with Catholic TV for more Catholic news. Until then, I'm Kevin Nelson, and I'll see you next time on Catholic Newsbreak.